guys, in today's video I'm actually going to be doing a concealer inventory. I'm also going to be swatching out all of the different colors that I have. This is actually a concealer and a corrector, which is why it's stuck out front, because it'll be in both videos. I plan on filming my correctors and loose powders next. I have 14 here total, and I plan on panning 3. One of them I'm almost done with. So, yeah, I'm getting a whole bunch of these done out of the way. This is the Physicians Formula Concealer Twins in light and yellow. This color is actually a little too dark for me. It is darker than my skin tone. And I do have other videos that I've done with like swatching all of my like concealers and stuff like that. So there's that one. I'm gonna stick you off to the side. Then we have 2 for Makeup Revelation. This is the Conceal and Hydrate in C02. I was looking for like their fair with a warm undertone, and this one is C2. This one here I thought was the right shade, but it's 0.2, and it's rather light. It is a warm undertone, but the problem is with their Conceal and Hydrate formula, not only is it not very hydrating, it's actually more drying than this one. It's, they're different colors. So the C2 in the Conceal and Hydrate is a pink undertone. This is the Conceal and Define in C2, and I bought, you know, so far everything I've bought. This one here is pretty much my perfect skin color, and it's almost slap empty. I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but it's like I'm scraping the sides. I even used a brush to get in the very bottom. There's like maybe 1 use left out of this, and then this is done. So I'm gonna put this over here because I'm panning that one. Then we have 3 from e.l.f. 2 of these were sent to me by Influencer, and then one of them I bought thinking I could mix it. I should have not gone as dark as I did, but this is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. I also have Fair Warm. This is Fair Warm. I probably needed to get like the light version to mix with these, because these are a little bit too... like, they do dry down. It takes about half an hour for them to oxidize to my skin color. But when they first go on, oh my God, it's bright. So I have to do my concealer and stuff like half an hour before I even want to do my makeup, so I don't look like Flashback Mary. This is in medium beige, and this is like super orange looking to me. I don't know why a lot of the darker tones pull orange, but it is what it is. And I have 2 of these. This is the little mini of the light sand, and it actually appears darker, or it appears different than the big one. I did buy the big one. This one here I got in Ipsy. So there's a light sand, and it actually, it's not too bad. When it dries down, it is darker than my skin, but it's nice to like film with, because, you know, I don't usually film like super slowly. So this is the full size of it, and this is the one that rolled off the counter and cracked on the bottom. So every time I use this, some spooges out. And there it goes. It's already starting to go out, the little crack on the side. I also plan on using that up. Look at it. It just keeps going. Let me see if I can scrape some of that off into this bottle. I hate wasting product, especially when you spend $20-something on a concealer. All right, I think it's quit. So these are 2 that I plan on using up, and that one is basically because it's broken. This one is in the shade Fair. This is the, I don't know if I told you the brand. This is the Tarte Shape Tape. Fair, when it oxidizes, is right about my perfect, you know, skin color. When it first goes on, it looks a little light, but it dries down okay. Then we have the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, which this rolled into something on the counter, and the little little star broke off of it. This is in C2. I had people tell me I needed C5, but of course it wasn't in stock due to the lovely assholes that decided they wanted to steal from somebody. This does oxidize on me. It does darken, but it is pretty fair. I was very shocked. Then we have the Maybelline Age Rewind in Ivory. This was the lightest shade at the time, and it's way too peach, and I'm gonna try and pan that as well. Then we have the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Waterproof Creaseless Concealer in Fair. This was sent to me in an Ipsy. This is like really liquidy. It's like the NYX ones that I'm fixing to swatch. It's okay. I don't care for it. I don't care for the NYX ones I bought either. I bought both of these. One is CW02 and one is CW01. One's Fair and one's Porcelain. So we'll do Porcelain first. And then I'm gonna do Fair. Some of these look rather pink on my skin. That's another thing that I find. I have a very warm undertone, so it's hard for me to find something that looks, you know, neutral or yellow on my skin because I am very yellow naturally. And then we have the BH 100. I've had this April will be a year that I've had this one. I don't care for it as much. It's very thick. It works great for doing like cut creases and stuff like that. And it's actually an appropriate shade for me. The foundation I was allergic to, but this it seems to work okay. So there are all of the colors swatched out. I plan on panning. Oh gosh, this thing is still going. I plan on trying. I know the Conceal and Define is about done. That one, like I said, it will be one more use. So I guess you could say I'm decluttering 1, and then I'm gonna pan 3. And so yeah, that means that I will be down to 13 concealers. A lot of these, like I buy them and I'm like trying to see which ones is the right shade. But as you can see, and I will come back after I do the concealer video once these dry to show you what these look like on my skin dry. Because right now quite a few of them are still wet. But here we have all of the swatches. Ooh, I'm knocking everything over. So decluttering 1, again, it's got 1 use left. I'm going to use it one more time and then I will toss it. And then I'm going to declutter 3, or try and pan 3 or use up 3 of them. So that leaves me with 13 concealers and 3 to use up. So hopefully after this I will be down to 10. And then if I will probably try and use this part of it up as well, the Physicians Formula, and I'll probably mix it with something that's lighter just so I can get use out of it. So hopefully this is helpful to you guys to see the swatches and stuff on my skin if you're somewhere near close to my skin color. And yeah, I will insert swatches of I'll insert this dry here in just a second. I wanted to come back and show you the swatches on my arm now that these are dry. As you can see, some of these have dried down like quite dark. This is the Makeup Revolution one. And then you've got the 2 different swatches of the light sand from the Shape Tape. This one here looks more neutral, whereas this one pulls more pink. And then we have Fair. And as you can see, only the Jeffree Star one is light enough to even be considered a brightening shade on my skin. But a lot of these look very like peach. And that was one of the things that I was having problems with, is how they look on my skin. And I don't want a peach under eye, especially not when you have a warm undertone. This one's the right undertone. It's just, I don't know. It's also light enough to brighten, but when it first goes on, it looks like this on my skin. And like I said, these are, and a lot of these, if you try and like mess with them after they've like dried, they do, like this one here, the Jeffree Star one, I have to set it with powder because it stays wet like this the entire time it's on my skin. So the Shape Tape doesn't do that to me, but some of the other ones do. But yeah, so here are the dried swatches of my concealers so that you guys can see what it looks like, you know, now versus when they were freshly applied. And I will try and put like a miniature video on the screen or a snapshot of it, of these like freshly applied on my arm. Or if I can figure out how to do a split screen, I'll do that. So you guys can see what these look like fresh and wet. I mean, this one here is still a little bit wet. The edge of this one's still a little bit wet. Of course, this one down here is still very wet from where I added that extra bit that spooged out the bottom. But yeah, this is what happens when you are fair-skinned and you can't find anything to match. And of course, this is the complete wrong shade. And like I said, I don't understand why it's orange. Why does it look orange? Why does a warm undertone or a beige undertone look warm or look orange like that? You would think that this is just designed for people with olive skin tone. Does that look olive to you? Because it looks straight up orange to me. Maybe it's just because I'm so pasty that it looks that way. I don't know. Anyways, hopefully this is helpful, seeing these swatches now that they're dried or most of the way dry. And hopefully you all have a fantastic day or night wherever you are. I'm Rebecca Oberstadt, and this is my, I'm actually filming this on January 31st, so this is my 2020 concealer inventory. Have a great one. Bye.